Well, beginning with the entire electoral process itself, the steps INEC has taken can be described as reassuring. In other words, there will be no manual voting and all the rest of it. Whereas I have some optimism in that regard, I look at it also, and I invite all of us to look at it with a sense of recent history. Before Yakubu's election of 2023, our enthusiasm was beyond the moon. We expected the RF to work. We were looking at an electoral process that was unimpeachable under him. And therefore, everybody was sure that truth will prevail, the voters' performance will be respected, etc. What did we get? As a matter of fact, apart from Humphrey Nwosu, I don't think there's been any other time in Nigeria's history that Nigerians look forward to electoral credibility more than they did in the 2023 elections. So, whereas I will commend INEC for what we are seeing on the table, I will urge caution in terms of the excitement. Because it's one thing to tell us all of this, is another thing for that to be what will happen on the day of the election. If you say there'll be no manual entry, and as the election takes place, you find a general collapse of one thing or the other, either the grid or the network or the internet, and it can be contrived. So let's be a little cautious in that regard. That's a major response to those announcements. But the thing to consider, okay, if you also look at the court judgment and the release of names and details by INEC, all of them are things people will look at and say, look, this it looks like we're about to have democracy at last. It looks like this government is ready to have a level playing field, etc. But if we look at that against the context of a lot of other things that's going on, most states of the Federation now belong to the same party. That's number one. Number two, if you also look at the desperation you find in the political process, if you look at the pronouncements of those in government, if you look at the rumor, mischief I will call it, I don't know whether it's true or not, that for 3 years on, the capital budget has practically not really been expended, and it's all being warehoused for elections, and that if the money you give is not enough, the solution is more money. Whether that is true or not, I do not know. But if you recall your last guest spoke about budgetary allocations. That's Magnus and the rest of it. And I'm glad one of you asked the question about what is budgeted and what is released. As at probably 6 weeks or 2 months ago, about 6 weeks, the army had gotten 7%. I believe it would have been improved by now. But the point to make is that 7% by the middle of the year, and you're supposed to be fighting insecurity, that's very unsettling, among other things. So it will seem to present a very exciting front. We're looking forward to it. I had not been more excited about an election than I was in 2023. But look at the result. It was a major painful national embarrassment, with all due respect to those who differ. And the INEC chairman has also said, he had made pronouncements, that's the current INEC chairman, he has made pronouncements that give us a lot of hope. The materialization of that is another matter. As for a level playing field, I'm not calling for a level playing field. I'm calling for a field with clear rules of engagement, with enforceable penalties for misconduct, and with institutions of state that have credibility. And that includes the police and the rest of it. Let's note one point. INEC is not to protect electoral materials. That's the job of the security agencies. INEC is an election behavior monitor, regulator. That when you come, this is what you do and go. If they carry the ballot box, it's not INEC that will chase you. And more than 80% of those are not INEC office regular staff. So put on all of that together. Please let us be cautious in our optimism, because the political behavior around this election we are preparing for are extremely unsettling, and one which gives me some reason for pessimism, notwithstanding the obvious, if you like, institutional checks and balances being announced on television.